Wrapped around this. To the degree in which we can give massive value to people, they will use this. If it's not massive, they won't, because people don't like to change what they're doing, and they are lazy. We are. The brain is the most efficient thing there ever was built, and it always wants to take the easy road. That's how it was built that way. That's why it was built that way. It said, go efficient. The brain guides the body. It's the pilot. So we've got algebra. We've got worked examples of algebra. I always pull up this one because so many people understand how valuable, learning what basic addition is, basic subtraction. Cruise down the bottom if you don't mind, Bill. You've got division, digital, dividing decimals, ordering numeric expressions, greatest common denominator. Now we're talking about something that everybody in the family can benefit from. And again, how much do these people pay for this stuff? Free. And when can they have it? When they need it. Because I can tell you, one of the things is not only knowing what to do, but being able to get to it when you want it. And usually when I want some of the stuff you're going to see in here, it's 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning, because that's the only time I really get to really settle down and do what I do. And I do stay up late, and I do a lot of things really late, and I want to know certain things. I know how to add, by the way, just so you know. Banking and money. But I can tell you, I remember when my boys were going to school, there were some things I couldn't figure out, and I didn't need to know. I didn't even know that I needed to figure this stuff out until Sunday night before the big project the next day. And all of a sudden I go, oh my God, what are we going to do here? I can plug me and Johnny into this thing and we can check it out, right? All right, so here's some stuff. Income statements, banking on reserve ratios. What is the reserve bank? Introduction to banknotes. Let's go to biology real quick. Just push the button there. You can see there's some really cool stuff in here. Stem cells, all this kind of stuff in here. Go to brain teaser. A lot of people want to keep their brain sharp. That's all in there. Don't bother with the calculus. Just go ahead and flip through. We've got the California 1 standards test, California 2 standards test, geometry, chemistry. Open up chemistry. I haven't seen chemistry in a while. Let's see what's in there. Okay. Must be a big one. Okay. So look at this stuff. Periodic tables. Do you think anybody might benefit from this stuff? Yeah. This is just, guys, who owns this stuff? Who built this stuff? This company did. And they're every single day putting this stuff in there because they understand that if they don't, our customers won't stay. And in order to get our customers to stay, they recognize and they understand the value that comes to people for using this must be massive or they'll leave them, right? Can we do something? Oh,
like the content.
That's okay if you want to do that. But you get this, right? It's really right down the middle. The guy doesn't stutter like I do. He just does it just right. He's just a scientist. Chemistry, the credit crisis. Look at this one here, guys. There's some things going on here in this world. And I can tell you that if some people just looked at some of this, credit default swaps and mortgage-backed securities, a lot of things that are happening in the world might become a little less, I don't know, bewildering, I guess that would be the word, right? Current economics, developmental math, let's keep going. All right, you got equations, finance, geometry, history, algebra, keep going. You got some organic chemistry, pre-calculus, statistics, trigonometry. You got venture capital and evaluations. What's my building worth? Well, I'll show you how to figure out what your building worth. Open that one up. SAT prep, really good stuff. Stanford University, what are we doing now? Okay, here's the SAT prep, okay? So you've got some other really high-end stuff. Yale, Stanford, and it's constantly being updated with new and, progressive information. Okay, so let's go home with this thing. That's what our customers are getting. I can show you what's going on with version 2, but why don't I show you something we don't have right now? you stick around for a couple of weeks, we'll show you that. Just save it to say, you will love what we're doing, because if you've ever heard of anything like the virtual world or avatars or virtual goods or something, I'll just tell you this, it's a big business and we're going to be the leaders in it. And this company will be the first Fortune 500 company that actually goes into the Fortune 500 company, which means they're doing about $4.5–5 billion worth of revenue. It shares their revenue with the people that built it. That's the key. We believe it's going to work. Okay, so you give this away. Let's say that I'm a law firm. And the reason I use that is because I was with a law firm yesterday, told them about this thing, and they said, how much? They said, I see those are banner ads. Now, they're a specialized field of law. They had their marketing people. They had their 6 partners in there. They said, I know you guys are selling ads right there. He said, what's all this over here? He said, what would that cost to get me there? And I said, well, I'm glad you asked. I said, because in order to have that, you must hold the license for this thing. And if you have the license, that license gives you the right to do, number one, give away as many of these as you want for free. And those people can actually give it to other people and it goes viral. But I said, wherever these things go that you give away for free, and I'll show you how we do it, wherever they go, your image would be right here. And your hyperlink back to your business would be right there. He says, okay, I've got a specialized area of law. And he says, I want to know what it would take to get there. Because I know that's expensive stuff. I said, well, maybe so. Let's see. I said, if it works, who cares? He says, you're right. I just didn't know what to discuss. He says, you're dancing. I said, no, I just want to make sure we understand each other. I said, how many clients do you have? He says, I've got about 1,000. And he's a big firm. They've got a big footprint. I said, okay, and how many customers, or how many clients have interviewed you that you didn't get a retainer from? He says, tens of thousands. And I said, I noticed you've got your 2 marketing gals here. I said, what would you say if I said that your marketing people could go back to all of your existing clients and give that away as just a thank you for becoming a client of yours? That's number one. And number two, to all the people that you didn't have success in getting as clients, what would that be worth to you? He says, this is going to be expensive, isn't it? I said, well, what would it be worth? He says, a lot. I said, how about if I told you it was 40,000? He said, could I change the message? I said, yeah, you can change the message. He said, how often? I said, you can change it in your back office really quick. He said, it's a little high, but I guess it'd be worth it because what you're talking about this viral. And I said, well, it's not 40, it's 400. He said, 1,000? I said, no, $400. He said, I can't, how can you do this? I said, believe me, you can. So we talked about this thing, and that's my point. Whoever he gives this to, I don't care if you're selling tires or you're selling lawn care or you're a hair, you're in the esthetician business. You give this away to the people that come to see you, and every single day, this is right on their computers at home. And this is what we call top-of-mind awareness, because we're in the advertising, the digital advertising space. And when you're dealing with marketing and when you're dealing with advertising, we need to understand what the traditional model says. And the traditional model, if you don't grab that real well, I'll tell you what it is. It's pay and pray advertising. You pay money and you pray it works. Here's the facts. Out of $100 that you spend, $95 is never seen by anybody under any circumstances, period. So $5 is seen, okay? Of the $5 that's seen, only 1% is seen when the customer, the prospect, is looking to buy that item. How many times have you heard a really nice commercial that was kind of cool? They just sing a little bit, but you just weren't looking for it. And then when you finally went to look for it, you went, what was that cool commercial? It's because you don't have top-of-mind awareness. In order to achieve that, you have to be on the level of, Budweiser or something, to get that top-of-mind awareness, so that when you're finally looking for something refreshing and cold, you're thinking Budweiser and Clydesdales, right? Top-of-mind awareness is hard to get. And just as a footnote, of the 1% of the 5 that is seen, only 1/2 of that is believed. You don't believe it. You don't believe the message. Because you've been told so many, I wouldn't say lies, but they've kind of spun it a little bit, right? So what would it be worth to somebody to have this kind of a portal here where every day that you're going for all your stuff, you're going to get exactly what you want. You push this button, something interesting happens. I'm not going to have you do this, Bill. I'll just tell you that you push that button there if you want to, guys. Check it out later. That's a crawler that goes through the internet. You want to put in a Prada purse, or you want to put in some obscure Louis Vuitton wallet like you've got here. You want to find out the best possible price on the Louis Vuitton. Push that button. Oh, you did it. Okay, cool. It will crawl out the internet and find you the best price, the best shipping, the best terms, etc. It doesn't matter what you put in there. It'll find it. very sophisticated stuff. You can get that anywhere, but you get it conveniently here, and it's free, and you're monetizing our site, which you're sharing in the revenue while you're doing it. That's the key. So in this particular case, this one is actually my wife's, I can tell. This is my wife's license that she bought here. Special notice, all marketers, promoters, advertisers, and even nonprofit organizations. Call early and often for immediate consideration. What are we talking about here? She markets a little pill thing. Check it out. Push that button real fast. She markets something. She's done it for a long time. She loves the product. What happens? It takes her right back to her. Okay, so if you cruise down a little bit here, can you cruise down a little bit on the right-hand side, Bill? Boom. Okay, right there, buddy. You got the idea. If you have a website that you want to put right there, you put it in, or you have a data capture page, whatever you put right there. See, a lot of network marketers are going to want this. They already do. And we don't want to hurt them. We want to complement them. We don't want to take them away from their business. That's their business. My wife's never leaving this business. But she's seen how this thing works, and she's saying, wow, I get to be in front of all my reps, all my prospects, all their family and friends, and someday maybe somebody's gonna want to, click on that, and if they do, they're going to call me because there's something else going on back here behind the scenes. So I guess go ahead and shut that down if you don't mind. You might ask yourself, how are we going to launch this thing? How are we going to get it out? I'll just tell you, it's very simple. We would call somebody on the phone and say, hey, listen, I wanted to thank you for talking to me today, or hey, Sue, if it's a friend of yours, listen, I've come into contact with something that's got so much value, I couldn't resist, I've been using it, it's great. I'm going to show it to you, I'm going to send it to you, you can write it down, I'll either send it to you in a link, or I'll give you an address on the internet, you check it out. And it goes like, show them what we do here. Can you get to that link real fast? Yeah, I think that, no, that one, not that one. Let's go homepage page. Right there. Log out. Okay. I would give you my username plus homepage page. This would be sent to you. So let's go ahead and do that.
The Homepage Page, the new social community of the internet world. Imagine a place where you can communicate, take part in our social center, engage in numerous forms of entertainment, get the top news and videos on the internet, enter competitions, win prizes, and have heaps of fun on your own and with your family and friends. We give you all this with Homepage Page. You will have access to the Communication and Social Center. This is an instant messaging system where you can communicate safely with your family and friends, and if you like, even with our global members. Share stories, pictures, and ideas with them. You are going to love our smart mail, like email without all the hassles of email. Imagine having 100% guaranteed delivery of emails and no spam. It is simple to set up, you do not need to change anything, and it's not going to cost you any money now or in the future. In fact, it's even better than that. We are the only social community in the world that gives you a constant stream of smart points for free that you can spend on many exclusive types of fun entertainment, music, and other products that you love just for doing what you already do on the internet. We also give you the best in education if you want it. Learn from 2 of the finest online educational libraries in the world, which contain thousands of free video tutorials. You also have access to our top sites section. This is designed to offer you the very best of the internet in an instant. The best websites and the best videos online, all stored in one simple place, making them easy for you to find. You will find fantastic sites there you never knew existed. What does it cost you? It's 100% free forever. All this just for doing what you usually do online anyway. Only now it is so much better. Simply set up a free member account the same way you would set up an account for joining Facebook or other online companies. Then you click on a link and the system is set up automatically in an instant. Register now for a totally new and exciting internet experience.
Okay, that's how